Hi, my name is Akankshya Upadhyay and I am your English instructor. In today's class, we will be solving the exercise portion of Unit 2, which is suggesting, advising, and persuading. Let's begin. Let's begin by reading the letter written to Lakpa by his sister, Nema. The River Deerfield, Chester, UK, 21st April 2015. Dear Lakpa, I got your letter yesterday. Thank you for telling me all about our parents and yourself. I am doing well here and thinking of returning home during Losar. I am excited to know that you want to improve your English. I think you are very conscious about the importance of English as an international language. As you have asked me, I am giving you some suggestions on how you can perform better in the English language, both verbally and in the written form. You should always try to communicate in English with your English teacher and the friends. Listening to radio programs in English could be an interesting way. Why don't you buy a radio for yourself and listen to such programs? For better pronunciation, copying people could be effective. As you listen to any new word, you ought to repeat it. Using an English dictionary is another effective way to learn the language. You had better buy a good English dictionary and use it. You know, my English was not that good when I was in Nepal. But now, I feel it's great. I have to speak it all the time. I picked up pronunciation and expressions one by one. How about talking to the foreign tourists who come to visit our area? They will be happy to know about our village and its beauty from a student, and you would benefit with new English words and expressions. I have heard that the education-related offices in Nepal have been developing and distributing different audio-visual materials on learning English. If I were you, I would talk to teachers about them too. These materials, I guess, must have been developed considering the average performance level of the Nepalese students. Wouldn't it be better if you got some of them for your practice? Going through your letter, I can understand that you have a lot of knowledge on the importance of the English language. I'd like to add here that a lingua franca English has much more significance than what you have written. You know, people can have better understanding and respect for each other only when they are able to communicate. Since the English language has been serving as an effective tool for communication worldwide, it helps people of different nationalities to understand each other's culture, values, and sentiments. This way, it serves as a powerful means to promote fraternity that results in better relations among individuals, society, and countries. These attributes definitely contribute to world peace. Hope I have been able to suggest on the ways you could improve your English language. As I come home, I will bring you some audiovisual materials on how the native speakers use English. That's all for now. Looking forward to your next letter. Sincerely yours, Nema. This is the letter written by Nema to Lakpa, and here they are discussing about the importance of English and how can Lakpa improve his English. So Nema is suggesting and advising something to her brother. Now let's try to enrich our vocabulary. Now moving towards the exercise, we'll read and match the expression under column A with correct continuations under column B. Nema advises, so the options are, could be an effective way to learn the language. This sentence does not match. Nema advises Lakpa to use English while talking to friends and his English teacher. This is the perfect continuation for Nema advises under column A. So let's mark 1 here. So Nema advises Lakpa to use English while talking to friends and his English teacher. This is a correct sentence. Moving forward, Lakpa lives could be an effective way to learn English language. This is not the correct continuation. Lakpa lives produce and distribute audiovisual materials for Nepalese students or could help promote better relations in the world does not match. And finally, we have Lakpa lives somewhere in Nepal for the second option under column A, which is the continuation for somewhere in Nepal. The English language could be an effective way to learn the language. So the English language is not a way to learn another language, so we discard it. English language produce and distribute audiovisuals to Nepalese students. This does not make any sense. But English language could help promote better relations in the world makes perfect sense. So the continuation for English language under column A, which is the third point, is could help promote better relations in the world. Some education-related offices in Nepal could be an effective way to learn the language. Does not make any sense. However, some education-related offices in Nepal produce and distribute audiovisuals for Nepalese students is correct. So we match them. And finally, using dictionary of the target language perfectly continues with could be an effective way to learn the language. So we match them. We have now matched all the expressions under column A with their correct continuations under column B. Now, we move towards stating whether the sentences are true or false. The first statement is, sister is advising as asked by her brother. This is true because Nema says that she got Lakpa's letter yesterday and she's excited to know that Lakpa wants to improve English and she's giving some suggestions. So this statement is true. Lakpa is planning to visit Nema during Losar. This statement is false because Nema is planning to visit Lakpa and her family during Losar. It's not Lakpa, but it's Nema. So this is false. The English language is the only international language. In this letter, Nema says that English is one of the international languages, but she never says that it is the only international language. Hence, English is not the only international language. Hence, it's false. Nema suggests her brother that he should never use his native language. This is also not true. Nema suggested her brother to use English language, but she never asked him not to use his native language. Communicating in target language helps build up mastery over it. This is true. Because once you start communicating in English, because of the practice, it helps you make able to speak in English and write in English more fluently. Love, fraternity, and respect for others are some of the qualities of humanity. This is true. Now, we will answer the questions according to the letter that we have just finished reading. The first question is, where and when was the letter written? The answer is, the letter is written at the River Dee Field in UK on 21st of April 2015. The second question is, as suggested in the letter, what are some of the ways to improve English? Do you apply any of the ways personally? The answer is, some of the ways to improve English are to communicate in English, listening to radio programs, copying people for better pronunciation, using English dictionary, and referring to several audiovisual materials related to the language. Do you apply any of the ways personally? If you apply, you can say, yes, I apply these ways to improve my English, and you can just list it down. The third question is, according to Nema, what is an interesting way of learning English? Clearly, she has stated that listening to radio programs in English could be an interesting way. What does the writer feel about her own performance in English language? Nema says that, you know, my English was not that good when I was in Nepal, but now I feel it's great. So the writer thinks her English was not good when she was in Nepal, but now that she has shifted to UK, her English has been great. She feels that it has been great. So let's write. Fifth question is, when will Nema come home and what will she bring for her brother? Now, the answer is in the last paragraph of our letter, where she writes, "As I come home, I will bring you some audiovisual materials on how the native speakers use English." This is the answer for the second portion of our question, and the first answer is in the first paragraph itself, where she writes that I am doing well here and thinking of returning home during Losar. So we can say that Nema will come home during Losar and she will bring some audiovisual materials on how the native speakers use English for her brother. So let's write it down. This is all for today's class. I am leaving you with an opinion question as your homework. Which of the ways suggested by Nema do you prefer? Why do you think so? So Nema has suggested so many things to her brother, like communicating in English with teachers and friends, or listening to radio programs, copying people for better pronunciation, or using dictionary, or referring to the audiovisual materials. She has listed many of the ways, and you need to pick one that you think you would prefer if you were her brother, and you need to explain why do you think so. You can simply write, I would choose to communicate in English with teachers and friends because I believe that practice makes a man perfect, and with practice I could be a very good English speaker or English writer. Or you can also say, I would prefer to listen to the radio programs because we learn English grammar by listening to people, how they use these structures, and also pronunciation will be better if we refer to the radio programs. You can write any of the ways that you prefer and why do you think so. This is all for today's class. If you have any questions, any suggestions, or anything that you wish to share with us, please feel free to write to us at learning@deerwalk.edu.np. Thanks for watching.